and it looks like we have, for a sewer hookup, we had a new hookup at 16316 East 5th Street. That was for a sewer hookup and a water hookup there. So in total, that's $6,060. The miscellaneous income, I sound like a broken record every month, but I get $100 a month from a customer who did a water line break, and we're slowly paying that off. The interest income comes from our banks, and this month we got about $44,500 there. So total resources for the month, we brought in a little over $50,000. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sewer maintenance, we're sitting at about $3,141, and that would be all of it, but $7 is for pumping people's septic tanks. So we pay a pretty good penny for pumping people's tanks. But water maintenance is $10,800, and that goes to, a lot of it is meter supplies to H.G. Fowler Consolidated Supply. That was $6,779. And then the rest of it, which is about a little over $4,000, goes to service calls and meter installations. Again, we get some of that cost for meter installations from our water hookups. So it's not just a whole cost for us, but it is still a cost. Then we have our vehicle expenses. That's for Bob and I and our running around. Then director fees, $250, dues and subscriptions, that's for Intuit, and then we also paid IRWA, our annual membership, which was $420. Our office supplies is printer ink, our regular $7,000 for system operators. Postage and delivery was just strictly for the user bills. So that's going to start looking a little bit different now that we're using the mailing service. So we're going to see how I receive those invoices and how that's all going to pan out. I have not received one yet, but I will any moment, I'm suspecting. Then we never have anything in miscellaneous expenses. Of course. And then we have our bank fees at $14 and our office maintenance at $41.42. That is, so I am buying this pretty strong weed killer stuff, and it's because we have cottonwood growing up under our handicap ramp, which is a nightmare because the kid who's coming and mowing the lawn, which Calvin, I need to talk to you about that again. He didn't show up. This is third time now. But him and I have been pulling the handicap ramps up, which are no joke. Those things are so heavy, and it's not really worth our time. So I bought some industrial strength stuff so that we can just kill all those, and I'm going to lay some landscape fabric, and then hopefully we can just be done with it. And that'll be nice because then we can secure the ramps back down, which we haven't been able to do. Anyway, so I bought some of that stuff. The engineering fees is $1,112. That was our last check to JUB for completing the facility plan and their environmental that they did and things like that. Legal fees is $386, utilities at $45, and then payroll at $34. So this month our total expenses was the $31,653. This month we netted about $19,000. So these are bank balances sitting here. This is our main operating account that we can work from. Sewer savings, water savings, which is different from our water capital fund, which is that $8 increase that we did. And all that monthly goes into this account for capital reserves. And then our guarantee fund, or our LID fund, actually those are mislabeled. Those are supposed to be backwards. That's the first one I caught that. Anyway, this is what we pay our loan out of. And then this is, oh no, I was right the first time. Disregard that. This is our amount that we have to keep in our bank to pay our LID, and this is how much we have to pay our annual LID payment. In total, $675,000.
I have a question. I don't understand why we're still paying JUB.
That was our last check to them. They held off for months and months and months for their last final closing check, and then when we got the last invoice from them when they did the environmental, that made their last invoice to us at 100% completion. So in a water facility plan, they give a percentage of completion because then I have to take that and submit it to DEQ, and that's where I get my 50/50 reimbursement.
Hmm.
So that was our last final invoice, and I submitted that for half payment. So I will be getting half of this 1,112 back any day now
Okay.
from DEQ.
And
Aren't they also involved with the seepage test?
They are involved with the seepage test with the lagoon, and as soon as we get that squared away, then that contract with them is done.
Yeah.
have you heard back from them on the electronic?
He said that they do have it, and then I asked for a copy of it and asked if he would be willing to send one to Keller Associates, and I have not heard back from them yet. And that was, I want to say, 3-4 days ago.
Okay.
But he said that they have it.
That's good. That's good.
Good if they give it to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. So we are now on old business.
Yep.
Right.
The lease amendment to the United States Navy, State of Idaho to include water tank and well for 99-year service. Have we heard anything back from the Navy yet?
Well, I think, Cal, why don't we just include this item under what now is item 1 for approval of an amendment to the utility easement. Basically what happened is, and I'm going to let Field speak to this too when we address it, we got everything all set to go with Idaho Parks and Rec, and we'd made some minor clarifications that they requested, and we sent it over to Katie before we sent it to David White to present to the Idaho Parks Board. And Katie came up with some stuff that we had not anticipated. So we're going to discuss that under the item 1 new business now, and we are going to have to then decide. It's going to be the same situation now with the Navy, so we'll see where we end up with that. But okay, so we can go on.
Okay. Go on to number 2. Unauthorized excessive